Chosen one, this is not a random message drifting into your awareness, and it is not another motivational sound meant to pass through you without impact. This is a divine announcement, spoken with intention, precision, and authority, reaching you because heaven decided it was time. Something big, something weighty, life-altering, and divinely appointed is actively moving toward you right now. It is not searching blindly. It knows your name. It knows your location. It knows your season. And most importantly, it carries God's signature approval. This is not the result of chance, coincidence, or delayed luck finally turning around. This is the result of a decision that has already been made in the unseen realm. God has decided. And when God decides, movement follows. You may have felt it already, a subtle shift in your spirit, a pressure you couldn't explain, an expectancy that didn't come from logic or evidence. That is because something massive has been released, and your spirit recognized it before your mind could catch up. Heaven does not announce what it has not already approved. This message is not here to inform you of a possibility. It is here to confirm a reality that is already in motion. Divine timing is not rushed, and it is not late. It arrives exactly when the alignment is complete. And right now, celestial orchestration is unfolding around you with surgical precision. Angels are not confused. Heaven is not debating. The decision has been finalized. This moment you are experiencing, the pause, the stillness, the heightened awareness, is the announcement before the arrival. You are not watching this by accident. You are hearing this because your spirit was present when the decision was made, and now the echo of that decision has reached the physical realm. Something big is about to find you. Not because you chased it, but because God released it with your name attached. Chosen one, understand this clearly. You did not arrive at this moment by accident, distraction, or curiosity. You were guided here. There is a difference between stumbling upon something and being led into it, and your spirit knows the difference. This is orchestration, not luck. Heaven does not rely on coincidence. Every detail of this encounter has been calibrated, from the timing to the emotional state you're in right now. You are standing at a divine intersection, a spiritual crossroads where your past endurance meets your future arrival. These intersections do not appear often, and when they do, they carry weight. This is not just a video you're watching. This is a moment you're stepping into. And moments like this mark transitions. Something in your life is about to change direction permanently. You may have sensed it already, that feeling that something is about to happen, even though nothing external has shifted yet. That feeling is not imagination. It is recognition. Heaven always signals before it moves. You're here because alignment has been reached internally, even if the external world hasn't caught up yet. This is the place where confusion begins to dissolve and clarity quietly takes its place. God does not bring you to intersections to tease you. He brings you there to transition you. This is not content. This is confirmation. This is not entertainment. This is positioning. And the reason your attention has been arrested is because your spirit understands that something irreversible is unfolding. This moment matters more than you realize right now. Chosen one, when heaven speaks, response becomes part of the process. That is why you are being instructed to stay until the end of this message, not out of curiosity, but out of alignment. Watching until the end is an act of agreement. It says, I am present. I am receptive. I am ready. Writing your wishes and typing the number 99 is not a ritual for superstition. It is a symbolic activation. 99 represents completion, readiness, and the threshold just before manifestation becomes visible. When you write, you are not asking God to notice you. You are responding to the fact that he already has. Engagement here is not about helping a channel grow. It is about allowing your faith to move. Faith without movement remains internal. Faith with action creates momentum. Even small acts of obedience carry spiritual weight when they are done in alignment. Liking, subscribing, commenting, these are not marketing actions in this context. They are declarations. They signal readiness. They align intention with movement. You are not performing for heaven. You are partnering with it. Spiritual participation turns expectation into activation. And activation invites arrival. Chosen one, if your life has felt unusually quiet lately, if conversations slowed, doors paused, progress seemed to stall, do not mistake that for delay. You are standing in the sacred hush that precedes divine movement. Heaven often quiets the environment before it shifts the landscape. Silence is not absence, it is preparation. The stillness you've been feeling is not stagnation, it is containment. Something significant is being readied, and it requires a stable atmosphere to land. That internal pressure, that restlessness mixed with peace, that strange sense of waiting without anxiety, that is the hush before movement. God does not rush arrivals that carry weight. He prepares the ground. He stabilizes the vessel. He ensures alignment. What looks like inactivity on the surface is actually intense movement beneath it. Roots are deepening. Foundations are locking in place. And when the arrival happens, it will not wobble. This quiet is not punishment. It is protection. Chosen one, you can stop searching. Heaven has already located you. God's divine GPS does not lose track of his own. Your coordinates are known. Your position is confirmed. Your season is identified. You do not need to chase what has been assigned to find you. What's coming does not require your striving. It requires your alignment. God has entered the final approval stage, where things move without resistance and arrive without force. The pressure to prove, explain, or compete is lifting because alignment has replaced effort. You are no longer running toward destiny. Destiny is moving toward you. And when heaven moves, it does not miss. Chosen one, there were moments when you wondered if the promise had expired, if time had run out, or if you misunderstood what God spoke to you in the beginning. The waiting felt heavier than the struggle. The silence felt louder than the storms. And the delay felt personal, even when you tried to stay faithful. But hear this clearly now. It took so long because what was being prepared was not small, and the version of you that first received the promise could not yet carry its full weight. God was never slow. He was precise. Delay was not denial, it was development. You were being fortified in ways you could not see at the time. Strength was being built where weakness once lived. Discernment was replacing naivety. Stability was replacing urgency. If it had arrived earlier, it might have blessed you temporarily, but broken you permanently. God protects his promises by protecting the person carrying them. Every season of pain, confusion, and apparent stagnation was shaping your internal framework. You were learning how to endure without becoming bitter, how to obey without applause, how to trust without reassurance. Those were not wasted lessons. They were requirements. Maturity always precedes magnitude in the kingdom. The weight of what's coming demanded emotional depth, spiritual authority, and inner steadiness. God was not withholding the promise. He was preserving it until you became someone who could steward it without losing your peace, your integrity, or your identity. What felt like punishment was actually preparation. What felt like silence was instruction. What felt like being overlooked was actually being shielded. The promise waited because it respected the process you were undergoing. And now, because you survived the waiting without abandoning your faith, You are standing at the edge of arrival with the strength to sustain what's about to unfold. Chosen one, understand this distinction clearly. What is happening now is not a reward. It is recognition. Rewards are transactional. Recognition is authoritative. Heaven is not paying you back for good behavior. Heaven is acknowledging who you have become. There were tests you passed that no one applauded. Moments when you chose integrity over opportunity, silence over self-promotion, obedience over convenience. There were nights when you stayed faithful without feedback, when prayers went unanswered, but trust remained intact. Those moments were seen, not by people, but by heaven. God watches differently than humans do. While others were celebrated publicly, you were examined privately. While others were promoted quickly, you were tested deeply. Recognition comes when heaven determines that the internal work is complete. This is why what's coming carries permanence, not hype. You are being recognized in the spiritual realm as someone who can be trusted with influence, increase, and responsibility. Endurance has been acknowledged. Obedience has been recorded. Faith under pressure has been validated. When God places his seal on a decision, no opposing force can undo it. This is not something that can be taken from you by opinions, delays, or competition. Divine recognition establishes position. And once heaven establishes you, the earth eventually follows. What you are stepping into now is not fragile. It is sealed. The approval you are receiving did not come from performance, it came from character. And character is what sustains destiny when the spotlight arrives. Chosen one of the greatest misconceptions is that destiny arrives loudly. In truth, God's most powerful movements are often subtle at first. They slip into your life quietly, without announcement, without spectacle, without warning. Destiny does not always come through the front door. Sometimes it arrives through overlooked pathways. Through conversations you didn't expect to matter, through opportunities that seem ordinary, through doors you weren't actively knocking on. God loves back doors, forgotten dreams, and unexpected connections. What's coming may not initially match the drama of what you imagined, but its impact will surpass it. Destiny doesn't need noise to be effective. It only needs alignment. And because it carries divine authority, it cannot be stopped once released. The blessing knows your energy. It recognizes your frequency. It is calibrated to your spirit. That is why it will find you even if you're not looking for it. You don't have to chase destiny when destiny has been assigned to you. It will arrive naturally, strategically, and decisively. And once it does, you will look back and realize that every detour, every closed door, and every delay was redirecting you toward this exact outcome. Quiet does not mean weak. Subtle does not mean insignificant. God's movements are unstoppable precisely because they do not rely on noise to be effective. Chosen one, you may have felt like others were passing you by, reaching milestones faster, achieving visibility sooner, gaining recognition while you remained unseen. But heaven does not measure progress the way humans do. You are not behind, you are ahead. Faith without evidence is advancement. Trust without confirmation is acceleration. While others were chasing timing, you were learning trust. While others were rushing visibility, you were being rooted in stability. You moved forward internally while the world measured externally. That is why your foundation is stronger. That is why your peace is deeper. That is why what's coming will last. You didn't miss your moment. You were being positioned for a better one. Nothing assigned to you has been given to someone else. Nothing meant for you has expired. Divine timing cannot be outrun or missed. It arrives exactly when readiness and alignment meet. You are ahead because you stayed faithful in seasons that produced no applause. And that kind of advancement is invisible until it suddenly isn't. Chosen one, something is changing right now, and it's not just emotional, it's atmospheric. You may feel it as a subtle vibration, a quiet anticipation, a sense of movement beneath the surface. The air feels different. Your spirit feels alert. That is because a shift has already occurred internally. Heaven always releases spiritually before it manifests physically. The pulse you feel is the signal that something has been dispatched. The tension is not anxiety, it is expectancy. The inner world always moves first. And once it does, the outer world follows. What has been released cannot be recalled. What has been set in motion cannot be stopped. The atmosphere is charged because the blessing is no longer theoretical, it is en route. And you are standing exactly where it needs you to be to receive it. Chosen one, something profound has shifted within you, and you may not fully recognize it yet, but your spirit has moved from a posture of waiting to a posture of hosting. There was a time when you hoped, prayed, and anticipated from a distance, wondering if what God promised would ever reach you. That season is ending. You are no longer standing on the outside looking in. Alignment has changed your spiritual gravity. When your inner world becomes settled, surrendered, and steady, it creates magnetism. You don't chase what is magnetized to you. You don't force what is already being drawn. This is the season where attraction replaces effort. Your peace has become a signal. Your clarity has become a beacon. Your obedience has become an invitation. What's meant for you is now responding to who you have become, not to what you want. That is why opportunities will begin to locate you instead of you pursuing them endlessly. Conversations will align naturally. Doors will open without explanation. Favor will feel effortless, not because it is undeserved, but because you are aligned. Magnetism is not charisma, it is congruence. When your beliefs, actions, and spirit align, resistance dissolves. Heaven responds to alignment faster than it responds to urgency. This is why you may notice people gravitating toward you, situations resolving more smoothly, and tension lifting without your intervention. You are not forcing outcomes anymore. You are hosting them. Your spirit has become a landing site, a safe place for what God is releasing to arrive and remain. And because of that, what's coming will not just touch your life, it will stay. Chosen one. The weight of what you endured was not random, and the cost you paid was not excessive, it was proportional. Heaven does not assign massive rewards to shallow vessels. The separation you experienced, the pruning that felt painful, the restraint that required discipline, these were not losses. They were investments. Integrity cost you shortcuts. Obedience cost you convenience. Patience cost you speed. But those costs preserved your future. God was not preparing you for comfort. He was preparing you for legacy. What's coming carries influence, reach, and responsibility, and those things demand character to sustain them. The cost felt heavy because the arrival will be weighty. You were spared environments that would have compromised you. You were removed from relationships that would have drained you. You were slowed down so you wouldn't arrive broken. Nothing was taken from you without purpose. Every pruning protected the promise. And now, as the reward approaches, you will realize that the cost was not too high, it was necessary. You were being refined, not restricted. Preserved, not punished. The reward you are stepping into will not just bless you, it will reflect the integrity you maintained when no one was watching. Chosen one, what is unfolding now is not a momentary breakthrough designed to excite you temporarily. This is establishment. God is not throwing you a moment, He is positioning you in a place. This is not hype-driven favor that fades when attention shifts. This is structural placement. God is expanding your influence, your reach, and your responsibility because what's coming is meant to last. Establishment means roots, not rush. It means stability, not spectacle. You are being placed where you can build, steward, and sustain what has been entrusted to you. This is the kind of favor that reshapes environments, not just emotions. The blessing is not visiting, it is settling. And because of that, your life will begin to carry weight in rooms you once felt invisible in. Your voice will carry authority because it is backed by alignment. This is not an event you celebrate and move on from. This is a foundation being laid for what comes next. God is not just answering a prayer, He is changing your position. Chosen one, contrary to what you may have expected, what's coming will not arrive through struggle, exhaustion, or force. It will come with ease. Grace will replace strain. Doors will open naturally. Conversations will flow without resistance. Favor will move ahead of you and make space where none existed before. This is how alignment manifests. When God is involved, things don't require constant fighting. You will notice that what once demanded effort now requires acceptance. You won't have to convince, chase, or prove. The arrival will feel calm, almost understated at first, but deeply confirming. Ease does not mean insignificance. It means God is doing what you no longer need to. When grace leads, effort follows behind. Not the other way around. This is the season where you learn to receive without guilt and move without fear. The path will feel clear because it is being cleared for you. Chosen one, if you are feeling tension right now, emotionally, spiritually, even relationally, understand that this is not breakdown, it is expansion. Stretching always feels uncomfortable, but it is evidence that growth is happening. You are being enlarged internally to accommodate what is about to arrive externally. Old patterns are losing relevance. Old coping mechanisms are dissolving. Your capacity is increasing. Time may feel strange, like it's speeding up and slowing down simultaneously. That is because divine timing is bending to accommodate alignment. Urgency is being replaced by readiness. Anxiety is giving way to trust. The stretch is preparing you to receive without resistance and hold without fear. Delivery always follows expansion. Chosen one, the greatest transformation did not happen publicly, it happened in private. In the quiet. In the pressure. In the moments when obedience was chosen over convenience and surrender replaced control. You became someone who could carry what God promised without losing yourself in it. Faith was refined under weight. Capacity was built through surrender. You didn't just wait, you changed. And because of who you are now, what's coming will not overwhelm you. It will align with you. You didn't just reach the promise. You became the vessel capable of holding it. Chosen one, what is coming into your life is not a glimpse, not a teaser, not a partial fulfillment meant to keep you hoping for something later. This is full arrival. God is not showing you what could be, He is delivering what has been decided. There will be no need to interpret signs anymore, no need to piece together fragments, no need to live in almosts and maybes. What once felt confusing will suddenly make sense. The vision that seemed incomplete will reveal its full shape. The promise that felt distant will become tangible. God does not complete halfway what He initiates fully. This is the finished word manifesting in real time. You are not receiving a trial version of your destiny. You are stepping into the completed assignment. Past confusion will gain clarity not through explanation, but through experience. You will look back and understand why things had to unfold exactly as they did. Why certain doors stayed closed. Why certain paths dissolved. Why certain seasons felt unnecessarily long. Full arrival brings comprehension without regret. It brings peace without questions. And it brings fulfillment without fear of loss. This is not something you taste and then chase again. This is something that settles into your life and establishes itself. God is not experimenting with your future. He is executing it. And because of that, what arrives will not need constant reinforcement to remain. It will stand on its own authority. The season of previews is over. The season of fulfillment has begun. Chosen one, every rejection you endured was not a verdict, it was a redirection. Every closed door was not a failure, it was protection. Every no you heard along the way was never strong enough to override heaven's yes. God's will does not negotiate with opposition. It overrides it. What tried to stop you could not outvote what was assigned to you. Fear had a voice for a season, but it no longer has authority. Doubt spoke loudly in moments of weakness, but it does not hold the final word. God's yes is louder than rejection, stronger than resistance, and more permanent than delay. When heaven approves, earthly obstacles lose relevance. You were not rejected, you were rerouted. You were not blocked, you were shielded. What didn't work out was never meant to hold what God was preparing to place in your hands. Now, opposition no longer has leverage. The doors that matter are opening because they are being opened by God Himself. And when God opens a door, no force, internal or external, can shut it. You do not need to fear sabotage, competition, or interference. Heaven's yes has already cleared the path. What once intimidated you no longer has permission to speak into your future. This is the season where confidence replaces caution, not because you feel invincible, but because you know who authorized your next step. Chosen one, what you are stepping into is more than survival, it is overflow. Not just financial, but emotional, spiritual, and mental overflow. Peace that remains steady. Clarity that doesn't fade. Influence that expands naturally. Reach that extends beyond what you imagined. But hear this clearly. Overflow always carries responsibility. What God releases to you is not just for you. Stewardship is the next assignment. You are being trusted with more because you proved faithful with less. Influence will increase because integrity remained intact. Reach will expand because humility stayed rooted. This blessing carries a calling attached to it. People will be impacted by your obedience. Environments will shift because of your presence. Your overflow becomes a resource for others. And because of that, you will move differently. You will protect your peace. You will guard your alignment. You will choose wisdom over impulse. God does not release overflow without purpose. He releases it to establish impact. You are not being elevated to escape responsibility. You are being elevated to carry it well. And because you are ready, the weight of responsibility will not overwhelm you. It will anchor you, chosen one. The silence you walked through was never empty. It was filled with preparation, alignment, and unseen movement. Heaven has been working behind the scenes while you were learning how to trust without evidence. God's decision has been finalized. There are no pending approvals, no delays left to overcome, no conditions left unmet. Something big has been released, and it knows exactly where to find you. Destiny has your address. It does not need directions. It does not need reminders. It is arriving because heaven set it in motion. This is not something happening someday. This is something unfolding now. Even as you listen, movement is occurring. Alignment is locking in. Doors are positioning themselves. The season of waiting has shifted into the season of receiving. Stay present. Stay aligned. Stay receptive. What God has decided cannot be reversed. Something big is finding you. And it is happening now.